Unicellular versus multicellular. Please circle words that are new to you and use the highlighted features to underline important words and concepts. Complete the summary page at the end and define the terms unicellular and multicellular. Label each picture using parts, boundary, purpose, and influenced by surrounding. There are many types of multicellular organisms, including animals, mosses, fungi, and plants such as the water plant Alodia, seen here. Cells function differently in unicellular and multicellular organisms. A unicellular organism depends upon just one cell for all of its functions, while a multicellular organism has cells specialized to perform different functions that collectively support the organism. Cells function differently in unicellular and multicellular organisms, but in every organism, each cell has specialized internal structures, of which there are many. These structures are responsible for a variety of cellular functions, such as obtaining nutrients, producing energy, and making proteins. Unicellular organisms are made up of only one cell that carries out all of its functions needed by the organism, while multicellular organisms may use many different cells to function. Unicellular versus multicellular continued. Unicellular organisms include bacteria, protists, and yeast. For example, a paramecium is a slipper-shaped unicellular organism found in pond water. It takes in food from the water and digests it in structures known as food vacuoles. Nutrients from the food travel through the cytoplasm to the surrounding parts, helping to keep the cell and thus the organism functioning. Almost all single-celled organisms are too small to see with the naked eye, but you can see them clearly with microscopes. Unicellular organisms are composed of more than one cell, with groups of cells differentiating to take on specialized functions. Multicellular organisms are living things we are most familiar with because we see them on a daily basis. All larger plants and animals are multicellular. The cells of multicellular organisms may also look different according to the internal structures needed inside of the cell. Although all cells have internal structures in common, the number and types of structures present reveal how the cell functions. Today, we can look deep inside of cells using ultra-powerful microscopes. But there was a time when people did not know cells even existed. The first to notice them was a scientist and inventor named Robert Hooke in the 1600s. Hooke studied all kinds of things, weather, the universe, engines. But he's most famous for exploring the world that's invisible to the naked eye. When he looked through his microscope at a piece of cork, which is actually part of a tree, he saw a network of what looked like tiny rooms. What he saw reminded him of cells, the little rooms that monks in a monastery lived in. So that's what he called them. Slide 22. Unicellular versus multicellular continued. Frontonia protist. There are many types of unicellular organisms in the world, including protists like this one, which feed mainly on diatoms, amoebas, bacteria, and algae. Word bank and circles. Boundary, boundary, parts, parts, purpose, purpose. Summary of 3 to 5 sentences. Define unicellular. Define multicellular.